Testing, testing. Hello, everybody. Sound check, please. Okay. This is Steve, Little Treasury Jewelers. I'm on today. Craig asked me to fill in for him. He has a last minute shoot that he has to attend to. And so I'll do something a little brief, not much preparation on this end. And hope we have some fun. And Ken Fresno, hi. Der Stiefel, hello again. Thurston Howell III, Kyle Jett, hi. Dave Williams, T-Con, and the Mighty Rat. And sound is loud and clear and fine. So that's good to hear, because I hadn't done this setup in a little bit, having Skyped into Craig for the last few shows, and you know how I get rusty with my equipment. So I hope everybody's well out there. And T-Con asked, due to COVID, are sales for watches still selling? Well, actually, we're picking up a couple of sales every day. They're much appreciated. We certainly don't have the volume that we normally have and expect, but it's going to help pay the rent. So if anyone's thinking about if they're on the threshold, give us a call, and we're here covering the phones 10 to 5 Eastern Time, a little shorter hours, and we will be glad to take care of you. And just had a nice piece go out the door, one of the 60th anniversary Grand Seikos, the quartz, and just a half hour ago. So let's keep it going, please. Hi, Blue Shirt Buddha. I think you haven't been around for a while, eh? And I am able to ship items. A good portion of our business is shipping, and we deal with probably less count, about 45 states in the last year, and a number of countries. So that is in many ways our bread and butter. So you just give us a buzz. Some items you can order online from our shopping cart, but most of the higher end brands, not the case. So that is that. So just had a little bit of news about Seiko, not Grand Seiko. And they, along with Grand Seiko and the other brands, had to cancel their announcement meetings for retailers. And it looks like they have their retailer package together finally. And so I think next Wednesday I will have a chance to talk about everything that's new this year in Seiko. And I think there are a number of exciting pieces. Some have been leaked out already. Some are going to be very scarce. We might be sold out with a couple of pieces with pre-orders already against our proposed allotment. So expect not Wednesday, because Wednesday, as I announced yesterday, will be on at 5 o'clock with Grand Seiko's Joe Kirk. And he will be able to answer all your questions about that brand. So probably Thursday, Friday, we'll do something on Seiko proper. And do I have, this is Der Stiefel, do I have a Zodiac astrographic with blue dial and stainless in stock? I think I may. I will have to check later. Everything is put away right now during this time when we're not entertaining folks directly in the store. I will let you know offline there. And Brianna's in. Hi, how are you today? Good to see you. And I buy the Mighty Rat. I buy watches to remember events, experiences. Never thought I'd be buying a plague watch. Well, that would be interesting. So I do have a plague watch of sorts. We do have the limited edition 2020 Tokyo Olympics Omega in stock. and I think they just did 2,020 of those pieces. And given that there won't be an Olympics after all, that may well be a collectible piece. It's a pretty one. I don't have it out right now, but I can show it in another day or two. Very nice. And hello to Peter C. Okay, great. So let's. I'm still having a little trouble with my product camera. Unfortunately, I changed some wiring, and looks like I still have a little intermittent. But let's show a piece. Let's get started with that. And let's see. There we go. So I'm going to talk about everyday carry, and by that I'm including some men's jewelry. We were chatting about the bracelets yesterday, and we have a few pieces in stock that you might like. And this is by William Henry Studios, and we are heavy in William Henry here at Little Treasury. And this is a nice piece with an 18 karat gold skull and stainless, a rather sterling silver and red tiger eye. And I'd like to know what you think of this little piece. And very nice little clasp with a typical William Henry motif. Der Stiefel, every tutor is a plague watch. Oh, Derek Shelley still in. He knows he owned one. Yep. So here's this little plague bracelet, I would say, and with the skull motif. And let's bring up another one. And this is going to be a interesting piece called The Beachcomber, and this is also by William Henry, and it is brushed sodalite and sterling silver. And let's get that puppy in focus. And a pretty nice detailing here on the little silver beads. And if you have a blue watch on the other wrist, this would be a great accompaniment. And you have the little signed buckles here, signed William Henry, as you can see, 925 sterling silver, and with nice engraving on that the bell there. And what do you think, guys? Okay, it looks also like I've lost that little picture-in-picture that was plaguing me yesterday. So if you can confirm on your ends, I'm not seeing it here, but then I didn't see it yesterday either. And got another piece here to throw up. And this is interesting. So we're heavy into skulls, it looks like, in this brand. And that is sculpted lava. And I think pretty cool. These are not heavy. My camera has just tripped off again on me, and I apologize. Looks like I have to get a new camera. Yep. Misbehaving indeed. Okay, there, we're back. Sorry. Okay, sorry for the blackout on your end now. And coming back. And the Dubai X-Spot is here, and he said trash. And I'm not sure if he's talking about the bracelet or the tutor, but so be it. Okay. Again, they do a nice job on their clasps. Okay. So let's put up another piece. I'm going to do, this is another interesting one. Again, a little macabre and it is called the Full Circle. It's another William Henry, and it has a serpent eating its own tail, and beautifully detailed sterling silver. And this is a nylon, looks like woven with silver on the bracelet. Okay. And beautiful little stone in the eyes. So Peter C., what do you think the late 60s, early 70s Thunderbird Phoenix? Uh, the only thing I know about them are made a couple of months before the sub, have an opportunity to purchase well under book. I really do not have anything to add on that. We are mainly dealers in new, and just touch the vintage with trade-ins and whatever. So we're not active in that. And again, this little camera is giving me fits. So here we go. So is there anyone else who can throw anything in about the Thunderbird Phoenix? And maybe that came to mind because of the design of the bracelet. So a couple more bracelets, then we'll move on to some other items. And here is a piece by another brand, and this is called Samuel B. And this is a woven sterling silver, and it looks like might be a little gold accent in there. And this brand has been pretty popular, very well priced, not overbearing in terms of size and weight. And just two more of the bracelets and we'll move on to something else. So here's something from Omega. These are the Omega sailing bracelets, and obviously has a little sailing fitting on the clasp end. This is woven nylon in this case. So a little sailboat fitting. And okay, how much are the bracelets? I will track back on that. So the one I'm showing is $300. This Omega piece right here, and the Serpent one, $9.95 that I showed you. The first one, $4.95. That's with the Sodalite. That wasn't the first one, actually. The blue one is $4.95. And this is getting rough with this camera. It's going to end up in the junk bin at the end of this. And the skull one with the lava, $261. So again, pretty good price range, but in the $400, $200 to $1,000 range for these pieces. Okay. So that pretty much, except for one more piece I'll throw up here. This is an Omega sailor bracelet again, and this is red rubber. These come in small, medium, and large, so they come in different sizes, and it's signed Omega, as you can see. And this piece on the rubber strap, we're talking about $300. Okay. So does that answer the question? If there's another one that I missed, happy to go back. Okay, so I don't know who's a golfer out there, but here's a little divot tool from William Henry. It's in titanium with these little blue accents, and the stone is brain coral, and I believe that's fossilized brain coral. And nifty little piece. I guess you replace your divots with it and do other things that golfers do. I don't know. I'm not a golfer. So, hey, Craig, you came in. You finished with your job? Okay, so I don't know. That's focused to me, Craig. So, um, not sure what you're seeing. So, does anyone know what you would actually use this for? Not being a golfer, it's just a neat little thing. The feel of it is great, actually. Okay, so we got that one, and we can move into uh, some knives from the William Henry collection, and this one is uh, has a cocobola wood insert. That rest of the handle is Mokame Gane and Damascus blade. And that's a citrine, the stone on the little pusher that frees up the blade. And got to press the button, Steve. Okay, so cool little piece. And this one retails for $975. Everything they make is limited, and they have the limited numbers on the end of the case. I think you can see that right there. That's limited edition of 100 pieces. Okay. And lay out another one. This one is turquoise in a zinc substrate. So they take pieces of materials, and they do this with other materials as well, and embed them in zinc, which I guess handles this function pretty well. And that's a hand-carved sterling silver up here, and again another Damascus blade. Pretty swift. And Craig recommends every gentleman should have a quality knife. Well, these are definitely quality knives. They're very collectible. They will sharpen this forever for you. You just send it in, and it's free. And very high service company. These are made in Oregon, by the way. And I have done a show dedicated to them with the owner founder, which could be found somewhere on the CraigShipp catalog. Okay, the Dubai Expat wants to have a question and answer session with with Brianna, and Craig should answer that one. And another piece. This is a larger one, obviously, and we got a beautiful blue pine cone handle on it in resin. And again, the hand-carved silver piece here. Okay, so Craig's saying to the Dubai expat that he should become a Patreon, and she will treat you right. Okay, that would be on her channel. Okay. So finally, I've got, or not quite finally, I got another range of items that you need to have in your carry kit. And this is a one of their pens. This is a William Henry still. And got to get this guy focusing. And this is where manual focus will come in, Craig. I agree. And this must be an unfocusable item. Or the camera has given up the ghost. That is sad. So, yep, I cannot get this. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so this is, we talked about fountain pens and pens. This happens to be a ballpoint yesterday. And here's one of the pens we have in stock. And this is a ruby red resin barrel. And it is a ballpoint. And it has a little action to let out the ballpoint. And it's sort of a gun motif, as you can see. And it has a little bullet head to it, and the receiver. So sort of a cool little gadget. And you can see the price on this guy is $495. So they also have roller balls and fountain pens, and we carry some of them. I'll show you another pen here. And this is very beautiful. It is a petrified wood barrel, and titanium and aluminum, and the little accents of mokume gane. And has an interesting action for opening the top, and you can sort of see here, goes in, and then you press it in and twist it, and it locks in. So a beautiful piece. And this pen goes for $1,900, so that's up there a bit, but a lot of interesting craftsmanship and materials for sure. So the Dubai expat has a 500-pound pencil. We'd like to see that. And I'd like to see what's on my my screen right now, because I'm still getting that problem. So let's go back to me and try things another way. So that's pretty much what I have in the everyday carry collection at the moment. I do have a pair of earrings, which I'm not going to put on my counter. This is a set of Labradorite earrings, and maybe you can see them better here. They're really beautiful. This again is William Henry, and they're not they're fairly substantial, as you can see, and very nice treatment on the back, and they're really like a peg, sort of like they don't have any folding element. They just go through the cuff. So they will stick up a bit, but the Labradorite is a beautiful blue, and I think you can see that fairly well. So that is my stuff, and let's see here. Yeah, so it looks like blue shirts in New York, and things are getting worse every day. And yeah, this is back onto our virus problem. They've just turned the Javits Convention Center into a makeshift hospital. Yeah, about an hour ago, I checked in with an old friend who lives on the Upper West Side in New York. I hadn't talked to him in a bit, and he's had a fever, been coughing, and pretty much is afraid to go to an emergency room or to a hospital, given what's going on there, the lack of support. So I wish him well, and I think it's a very difficult time for a lot of people up there, and really hope things get straightened out. So, and okay. Is the SBGP007 a tough find? No, I think I have it in stock, Kevin D, if you'd like to call. Maybe we can work something out. That's what just went out the door that I was mentioning just before the show. And okay, so turkey vultures up in Rochester, New York, I guess, and picking up cases as well. And we're getting them in our county too. I think the last count was 30 some. Here we're in Anne Arundel County, Maryland, near Annapolis. So nothing is off limits, it looks like. So, yep, I know my camera's hunting. This isn't going to last too long. So I appreciate the feedback, Craig. My arm's not long enough to manual focus. Show us your watch. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Today, I am wearing a Seiko, just about a $500 piece. I won this. They have little, we call them spiffs, for selling a certain number of watches, and I got this a little while ago, and it's very comfortable, and it's a very nice piece, and I've forgotten the style number of it, but I love the slab case on it, and it's okay. And so I'm thinking to wrap it up. Been here all day, and need to go home and see about a dinner. And again, we're staying open on a limited basis, 10 to 5 p.m. here in Maryland. But we're always ready to take a call and ship a watch. We can size it to you pretty well from your measurements. And also think about the everyday carry items we've talked about. Okay, so turkey vulture, just asked that question, yeah. So we just can't have walk-in. That's shut down in our state right now. So we can accommodate you over the phone, and even if we need to Skype in to show things or whatever, we're ready to do that as well. And what is the start on the SBGP 007? I guess that means the retail, 3,900. And okay. Right, Der Stiefel, I will let you know about the Zodiac. And if we don't have one, I believe one's incoming. So with that, I am going to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for following our little show. I know it's low-key, and stay tuned. We'll have a couple of interesting things next week at least. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks.